Now I hope you got overall idea about what is data science. Now let's start with statistics and mathematics. Statistics, of course, is a branch of mathematics, but here, statistics has become so important, it has now become a separate discipline. Statistics is the key component of data science. To understand data, we apply statistics. Then next we'll talk about mathematics. Within statistics, there are two areas are there. Descriptive statistics and the second is inferential statistics. When you want to understand data, when you want to describe, analyze, visualize data, we apply descriptive statistics. When you want to understand the location of data, that is central tendency of data or the dispersion or variability in data, as this concept we have learned in our school, you want to understand mean, which is average, mode, median, or something like standard deviation, variance, we apply descriptive statistics. And when you want to understand complete data by using some incomplete or what we call sample data, in fact there are two terms here, we have population and sample. When you want to understand about the complete population, that is complete data, using just a subset of population called sample, then we apply inferential statistics. Here, there is a very popular example, election exit poll. So generally when the survey is conducted, most of the time only a sample is selected from the population, and now we are going to draw the conclusion about the population, or you're going to infer about population using sample. And here the inferential statistics comes into picture, which is a very important. So inferential statistics, as it deals with sample, we don't have complete data, only sample. So that's why it basically uses probability. So probability is another very important area of mathematics. So now descriptive, inferential and probability. Apart from that, as a data scientist, we regularly perform something called hypothesis testing or A/B testing. Before you make any change, we do test. Like for example, you want to know which particular drug is good, so we perform something called A/B testing or hypothesis testing. Here we are going to use inferential statistics or which is like hypothesis testing. Now this statistics clear that we have descriptive and inferential statistics. When we talk about mathematics for data science, there are two branches are used. One is the calculus and linear algebra. Now if you look at, we discuss about predictive models. We are going to create predictive models. We use the past data and we apply algorithms and we create a model which is going to predict. But when you create a model to predict something, it makes some mistakes, error. So when you want to minimize this error, so we have to do optimization. For optimization, we use calculus here. So in calculus, of course, we have a concept called derivative, or here we call partial derivative, which is known as gradient descent. This is basically to minimize the error or the cost. Linear algebra, here we are going to deal with concept called vector and matrices. Like, how do you deal with numbers? So a vector is a 1D object, one-dimensional object, and matrix is a two-dimensional object. So they play a very important role actually. But I tell you one thing, that generally if you look at calculus or linear algebra on paper, some people who are not in touch with mathematics or got a huge gap may find a little difficult, but I tell you that the programming languages like Python and R is going to make things easy for us. So if you don't remember the derivative formulas and all that, but if you have good understanding and good intuition, still you will be able to apply calculus and linear algebra. So this is exactly we focus in our class. Now this is all about statistics and math. Now we are going to talk about machine learning algorithms.